Merry Meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 22nd of February 2025. This is Ariel and today I'm reading with the Metanoia Marseille Tarot. Unfortunately, she only has the mini version of this available, but I did put a link to that in the video description of this video. I'm going to purify with this Van. This is Verveine Eau Fraiche by Yves Rocher. You can find a link to purchase that as well. Just as a reminder, tomorrow's going to be our last tarot reading, at least for the foreseeable future. So it's been a great pleasure reading for you all these years. And hopefully we will be back for readings at some point in the future. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the, well, of course you are. There's only YouTube, Ariel. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. We really appreciate that. Well, it doesn't really matter because I'm not promoting this channel anymore. I'm just going on autopilot. But just so you know, I will leave the channel up so you can watch the old videos, just for those of you who like to watch my technique and style of reading. That it'll stay up, so you don't have to worry about it. It's been so much fun though. I really have been enjoying myself and our team. Aren't they the best? And they are still our team on our main channel, which isn't going anywhere. That's at Ariel Gatoga right here on YouTube. So we're not going anywhere. It's just no more tarot streams for now. It's just too many extra hours for me with all that I've got going on. But who knows? I mean, I might do an occasional something, an occasional reading. I'm going to keep the channel open. I might surprise you all with an occasional reading. Or like I said, we may come back in the future with more regular readings as well. I hope that you can join us on our main channel today. We have a psalm spell happening at 10:15 and then a premiere at 11 Pacific time. All right, let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. My microphone is falling down. Hold on, there we go. Okay, we've got the Emperor. I just love a good Emperor, don't you? Valet d'Épée, and La Force. We have that wonderful strength card. This has come up a lot. So it's really about looking within and finding our inner strength and redirecting some of our inner turmoil, so that whatever is causing us problems internally, we recognize that those are parts of our own personality that are simply misguided and need new direction, need new attention. So the Strength card is a card that calls for deep self-love and deep self-acceptance, especially with those parts of ourselves that seem to cause us problems. Those parts of ourselves don't need us to be mad. They don't need us to annihilate them. They need us to love them and redirect them. Now, the ego loves us to stay distant from those parts of ourselves because they're its tools for bringing us the self-destruction that is its goal for us. So we don't follow that by being mean to ourselves. That's not... You know, people think, oh, I have to kill the ego. And so what they do is they're not really killing the ego. They're being mean to themselves and being mean to the parts of themselves that are just trying to help but don't know any better. They don't know any better. So instead, we love ourselves. We approve of ourselves. And we gently and firmly redirect and re-educate those parts of ourselves. So I do have a meditation that helps you with that process. So if you look at the link in the video description of this video, you'll find a link to all the tarot card meditations, and you can listen to that one for the Strength card. And it's a really, really important thing right now. This here, this Page of Swords, used to be called the card of the liar. And part of that is the ego mind itself. That part of us that wants to lie and say, you should hate yourself. You should, because those parts of yourself are really evil and they need to be destroyed. So that's the one lie, that somehow hating yourself is the answer. That's not true, or despising yourself, or having contempt for yourself, or whatever you want to call it. So that's the first lie. Another thing that we have to be careful of is that the ego likes to use other people's false information against us. It is a homing pigeon to false information and misunderstandings and things like that. So even people that aren't necessarily lying to you, the ego wants to find misinformation in order to confuse you. That's what it does. And just once you recognize it, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's like once you know the game, it's no big deal. Like I remember when I was little, I used to be so afraid when I would go through these haunted houses, and once I realized what they were, once I saw behind the scenes and saw all the kids that were volunteering and stuff like that, I realized, oh, it's not scary. It's just a bunch of kids that are playing a game. And so once you understand the ego's game, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's trying to get you to go against yourself, and you're not going to do that. And that's what this Emperor card is all about, is having that executive mind, having that leadership within your own mind, within your own life, to be able to say no, yes, no, yes. And what does an emperor need to do that the most skillfully? It needs very trusted advisors. And you already have a trusted advisor. It's an inner guide. And you know that you're listening to your inner guide and not your ego if it feels relaxed, if it feels uplifted, if it feels right. If you're worried, if you're, rushing around, if you're trying to put out fires and stuff like that, that's your ego. That's your ego that's always suspicious and also very vicious. What do they say in A Course in Miracles? The ego is suspicious at best and vicious at worst. So you don't need to fall into the trap of that ego, especially once you realize what it is. It's just like that haunted house. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just smoke and mirrors. All right, let's open this up a bit here. The 9 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. Good. So what's coming out of you doing this deep inner work is practical benefit. And a lot of it, not just like a little bit of practical benefit, but, those of you that are like always struggling with money, that's a big deal in this world. It's like finances can be so hard for people. And once you do this inner work and you don't have that as much anymore, it's like people will look at you and say, what kind of spell did you do? How are you doing so well all of a sudden? And it's because you did the spell on yourself. You did the deep work on yourself where you rallied your inner forces and you said, okay, listen, all of you inside that are trying to destroy me, I understand now what this is. The ego's using you by lying to you. I'm going to show you the truth. And I want you to do this for me, the Emperor. I want you to do this for me. And I want you to do that for me. I don't want you to do these other things anymore. I don't want you to be out there causing havoc for me. I want you to make me some money. I want you to, whatever your goals are. And those inner parts of you are very eager to help you. And see, that's the thing, is these inner parts of you that are causing havoc right now, they think they are helping because they're listening to this. They're listening to the lies. And so it's up to you to re-educate them. That's what you're here for. And that's what this is that inner guide. That's your inner guide. The inner guide will do it with you. It will do it with you. You can sit in that nice, relaxed spot in your mind and allow that inner guide to feel present. And it doesn't have to feel like anything in particular. If you have a sense of peace, you know that your guide is with you. And then just call upon just one thing at a time, whatever is bothering you, whatever is not working out for you, whatever is not going well. And just realize that there's an inner part of you that's contributing to that and thinking that it's helping. And once you realize that you can re-educate that and that it's going to really be eager to help you in the new way. Now, the Emperor within you that is that executive force has been so worried lately. A worried emperor is not what we want. We don't want a worried emperor. We want a sure emperor, an assured emperor, an emperor that knows what it's doing, that knows its strategies. And the way that you do that is by sitting in consultation with this inner guide. Now, a lot of people, they'll sit with their inner guide and they'll say, but I didn't get anything. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I know how to do it. You don't need to get anything. You just need to feel peaceful. You need to feel that serenity. You need to be able to let go of the tension in your body and find just a moment of silence, of inner silence. And it's through that inner silence and relaxation that you are guided. Now, some of you will start hearing like a voice or getting leads and prompts and stuff as a result of you doing that. But some of you, it's more like a download. It's more like a silent download, and you won't get anything. But what you will get is if you do that on a regular basis, like every morning, let's say, what you will get is a prompting, and you'll know intuitively where to go and what to do and how to get there, who to say it to, what to say when you say it. And you won't be fooled. You won't be fooled by people. You won't wonder anymore. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. Are they scamming me? Is it you won't have that anymore. You'll know exactly what to do. And you won't be in positions where you're being abused and scammed and all that stuff anymore. Because that ego mind that has put you in the path of those things is now out of control. I shouldn't say out of control, is no longer in control. That's a much better way of saying that, Ariel, is no longer in control. What's in control is the emperor being guided by the inner guide, working diligently to re-educate and reorient all of those parts of you that have been misguided by the ego mind. And you do that, like we said before, through self-love. You see, the ego wants you to hate yourself. That's another way that you'll know what voice you're listening to. The ego wants you to despise yourself. It has so much contempt for you. And so if you, and it has contempt for other people. So if you notice that you're living through contempt, who's in charge? Very easy to know who's in charge, because there's always a way to get your needs met without that contempt. There's always a way. A lot of people say, well, I deserve to have contempt for that person because of what they did. Well, of course you do. You deserve anything you want. You can have anything you want. We're not saying that it's bad or wrong or you can't have it. It's just that when that contempt is there, when you notice it's there, you know that you're dealing with your ego, not your inner guide, because your inner guide wants you to be over it, onto the next thing, healed from it completely, at peace, happy, prosperous, poised, serene, in charge. That's what your guide wants. Your ego wants you stuck, upset, mad, spinning your wheels, worried. If you're worried, you know the ego's like, yay. So it's just about learning how to take a little time every morning and sit in the silence with that guide and dedicate your day to the guide and not to your ego. And then you're no longer prone to those lies. You're no longer prone to those misunderstandings. And part of that work that you do with your inner guide is going to include really doing some deep dives inside yourself and reorienting some of those parts of you that have been misguided so that they are now working for your benefit. And go get the money, go get the success, go get all the stuff you want. It's there for you and you can have it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We will be back for one final reading tomorrow, and so I look forward to that. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had the amazing Dre and the amazing Honeypaw. Did I get that right? Yes. The amazing Honeypaw and the amazing Dre. Thank you so much, moderators. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Blessed be.